We take a look at what's been trending on social media around the world, but particularly here in South Africa. And I don't think it's any surprise, really, that it was the matchup of the week. And it's not a sporting event. It's AfriForum versus Julius Malema.
Absolutely. I think the berets were up in the air this week with Julius Malema, obviously, reacting to AfriForum now saying that they're going to launch a private prosecution against him. So a lot of people have been torn about it. They say that the public protector did find these findings, and he also has to have his day in court. So, I mean, he has tweeted something that we're looking at on our screen, and he says it's all racially motivated, he feels, and a lot of people have been throwing their support behind him as well.
Yeah, and it looks like that they have decided not to take AfriForum very seriously as well. So no real surprise, that was the big trending topic of the week. But let's move away from politics if we can, which sounds strange when you're talking about a news channel. But this is big news. The SAMA nominees, it's going to be the talking point for days to come, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, the event is only later in May, but the nominees were announced last night, and a lot of people have been upset that their favorite artists have not been nominated. I mean, these are the beautiful pictures that we got from the red carpet. Yeah. So people like Kwesta, I mean, his album, has been selling about it's reached 7 platinum times already on the charts, and the fans are just asking themselves, what on earth is going on? Why is he not there? Only his video is nominated.
And as far as the fans saying on Twitter, are they just deciding that it's an attack on their favorite artists, or are they just surprised by their guys not being in?
Well, I mean, as you know, every time these kind of annual events happen, people are always going to throw their weight around their favorite artists, and if they don't get nominated, people throw fights, and it's one of those situations right now. Casper Nyovest is also not in the list. eNCA is also not on the list, so it's a bit of a mess.
AKA not at the SAMAs. Okay, then let's talk about the American music albums. And this is a man who's obviously full of controversy at the best of times, and not least when he decides to bring out a new album, Kanye West as well.
Yeah, I mean, as you know, Kanye West has been off the scenes for about a year now, and he's taken a sabbatical, and now he's come out to say announced that he's going to release 2 albums, one featuring one of the artists, like top trending artists. So people have been saying, what has he been doing all this time? I mean, he's been away for a year, and he's only released about 7 tracks on the album.
And then one of the other big artists, I think, is J. Cole. Is it J?
It's J. Cole, definitely. That's the cover of the new album that's released. It's been trending locally as well as internationally, and it's called KOD.
And do you think this could be an early birthday present, early Christmas present for a few friends? Is this the kind of album that is going to take off?
Listen, I mean, if it's trended both in America and South Africa, I think it has a pretty good chance.
Yeah, don't ever underestimate the power of social media marketing at all. Thank you very much indeed. From eNCA.com, Multimedia Editor, joining us to take a look at the big topics on .com, Dudu Mathebula.